It's Oberon and Neptune beat up the planet, and we're playing Gungeon.
Woo, Gungeon! Oh, yeah, okay. Right away, I fall in the... Alright, I'm good at this game, promise.
So am I. Haha.
So, where did I last leave you guys?
If I recall correctly, you were all curled up nice and close together in a tiny little lava tube, waiting to wait out the cold winter before moving out into the fresh airs of spring.
Once the PCs are done hibernating and sleeping nice and close together so you can get them in one fireball, that's important to remember. How far apart are you sleeping? Good. Roll dice, don't tell them why. They find that the plant boss that they had defeated leads into the lava tube leading to the fire dungeon in the Mario method. This is another biome that the occupant has had to move through towards his evil goal. Not sure if the players know what that is yet. Not sure if I know what that is yet.
I mean, I thought it was to, like, you know, have to force someone to fight a big fucking dragon.
Yeah, I think in my head it was become a Draco Lich.
Hey, there you go. That's a good one.
I mean, that's like, if I'm gonna rule the world, I'm gonna be doing it as an undead dragon, I think.
Mum-Ra, the ever-living!
Get out of here, Mum-Ra, we're not talking about you.
Oh.
God damn, that guy always shows up. Alright. So, yeah, the tube leads directly down onto a flow of lava. It goes sailing off to the right, I guess.
I mean, I know what I do in situations like that.
What's up?
I go with the flow.
Oh. Alright.
Just saying, the dude abides, man.
You know, the players enter the lava, and they can, they can enter the lava if they want.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Nope. One of them a red dragon. One of them a fire elemental. Just play a druid.
Just play a druid, and then they're all
Fire
fire
elementals.
elementals and red dragons.
But let's say they aren't so far-sighted as to all be playing druids. Across the lava flow is another set of lava tubes. When the players get into these, they find that these set of like 4 to 6 entrances that they can see are all actually connected behind those entrances and inhabited by these. The online resource says they look like normal humans with symbols of tattoos of alien design covering almost all of its body. So it's, you know...
No, they're rune plastered.
Yeah, rune plastered, they're freaky, and these things say kind of human. I would say that they're clearly not human. Maybe their skin is all red and black. Like cracked.
Ooh, alright.
Yeah.
And with the runes emblazoning on them.
Yep, and then those you can just kind of set in another color. They can be orange. But really go out of your way to make it look otherworldly. These are CR7 guys. Not a huge deal.
Yeah, they seem pretty simple.
So you gotta group them up. This was a small tribe living here, and I wrote down 4 groups of, times 5, times 6, times 6, and times 7.
Okay.
So right on this map here, because there's no really well-defined rooms, we're just gonna mark it 1, 2, or A, B, C, D.
Okay.
Behind them, in one of the really the largest chamber they have, they're guarding the MacGuffin.
The MacGuffin!
The MacGuffin!
It's only a model.
No, but really, what does it do?
So the idea is that the MacGuffin, which the occupant just completely ignored because he doesn't need a fucking MacGuffin.
Yeah, he's got Tensor's floating disk or whatever.
What it does is it gives you protection against fire in a radius around whoever's wielding it.
Oh, so it's an umbrella.
Yeah, it's an umbrella.
Or,
It's a fire umbrella.
It's an upside-down umbrella. It's fire shield.
Yeah, it's a fire shield. Okay, it's a
Sand.
shield. It's actually a shield with like a fucking fire on it. Shiny.
And these fire people obviously like worship some sort of fire god.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So they're in there bowing to it.
Yeah, the last flame of the fire god. There's its name.
There you go.
The last flame of generic fire god.
Yeah. And whoever wields it, gains its blessing.
Yep.
Of being able to walk on lava. Cool. Other than that, +1 small shield.
Yeah, it's like a +1 small shield that allows the wielder to walk on water and gives everyone around him like
lava.
Or walk on lava. Right. Not water. Unless you have lava with you to go on the water, then you can walk on it.
Yeah. I mean, if you walk on the water and you step on the stone, what do you do to lava? Run on it? I don't know.
You don't fall in. That's what you do.
Don't fall in lava. Don't fall in lava.
But it should also give like everyone around in like a 10-foot radius, maybe damage reduction. No, not damage reduction 5. Protection from 5 fire damage per.
Oh yeah, sure. The closer you get to it, the more blessed you are.
Yeah, like the wielder and some of the allies, whoever's close enough to them. Because I mean, I figure later on it's gonna get really hot. We should give them a way to.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
We should vary suit this, is what I'm saying.
Give them some sort of barrier to the elements, you say?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
This is so fair of us. This is so good. All right.
Yeah. Now we don't have to feel bad later.
Yeah. You don't have to feel bad. Guys, I gave you the umbrella. You never used it. Gave it to you.
5 points of fire resistance.
That adds up.
That's up, especially when there's no maximum cap, because it's just a magic item.
Yeah. Just what happens when you're like all kind of tucked up next to each other. They're gonna be fighting for room. Make it like a 5-foot radius. Because then there's only these 9 squares. Get it? And they're all just standing up like
clustered.
Yeah, like shield mates. They're just got their
form a phalanx.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, 5-foot radius of protection from fire 5.
Ooh, we can call it something like Surtur's. The shield itself, call it something like Surtur's phalanx. You're like, I thought that's a spear. No.
Just Surtur's turtle.
Surtur's turtle. I think there's a fire turtle. I'll also look for it. I think it's called like
Genbu?
a thokka.
Wait, no.
Genbu.
Is he a flame turtle? Oh no, he's earth turtle.
Oh, okay.
Suzaku is
anime deep cut there.
Sorry. Suzaku's the fire one, right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Shiryu is the water dragon.
Seiryu. I think. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, Seiryu. Whatever. I'm
3
getting
gods.
distracted. I mean, nobody cares about the lion. Nobody gives a shit about him.
But it's the coolest Megazord. Anyway, once they fully explored these cooled off, non-lava occupied tubes and discovered the MacGuffin that allows them to progress, you kind of maybe even have to hint that you got to go down the stream of lava.
Yep. That it nicely ungates your progression.
Yep.
And so does it then make, when you're on lava in that 5-foot radius, it just makes it walkable for everyone?
Yeah. Oh no, not yeah. The 5-foot radius was just for like the protection, the fire damage 5.
Yeah.
I think having a because that would be really unfair, right? Having everyone in that 9 squares of movement and they can't move, so like the one guy with a big attack hits them all at once.
Ah, all right.
So the fire protection, the fire protection is that radius, but the allowing everyone to move through the room should be more like a 30 by 30 room, like a regular
D&D so you got a
shaped
square.
room, right? Yeah, a circle, really, but
You got a 6x6. Well, not quite a 6x6. You got a circle made within a 6x6 square.
make it big enough. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Every DM is going to draw it a little differently, but as long as it's about that big, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Give them enough room to maneuver a bit.
Because the next part of this dungeon is a huge open room. It's a huge cavern, and this seems to be where, the lava seems to well up from the earth itself. It's one of the vents that this volcano has.
Yep.
In fact, if you follow the lava back out the way you came, it vents on the north side of the mountain. It's one of those things that nobody can really find because it's hard for surveyors to even find that kind of thing. I am always worried about that every time you go into a dungeon and it's a movie, so they have to just have the end of the movie behind the end of the dungeon. And the hero sees the beam of light coming from that hole in the rock, and it turns out to be a passage just to the other side of the mountain. You're like, why didn't you just go in the back door?
Yeah.
What the hell was all that shit back there?
Fuck.
Anyway, this is one of those. It really does go through all the rest of the way of the mountain, though. I would even say that if they wanted to get out that way, they could, but they would also have to trust that the MacGuffin shield didn't fail in the middle of the night when they were resting.
Yeah.
Or else they'd be stuck in the center of the mountain when it failed.
Ooh, yeah, that's not great.
Yeah. On lava.
On lava.
Yeah.
And that lava's not passable anymore, so it would fail and they would burn.
Yeah. Yep. It's a very long way away.
Here's another question. What happens when the person wielding the shield is downed?
I don't know. No, I would say it would last for a couple of rounds.
Maybe have it slowly collapse in towards the center.
Even if it's dry. Just say, like, you got 2 rounds to pick up.
Yeah, someone's got to grab it.
Yep, and that's just it. 2 rounds. Someone's got to disengage, run over, and grab it. And 2 rounds is fair. That's such a small space. Any of those 13th or 12th level guys are going to be able to just run right over there. Unless there happens to be fire snakes in this room that grab them. Cough.
Or, they split up the party because one of them could fly and all of a sudden they're on the other side of the room.
Yeah. Yeah, hundreds of feet away.
Or they're a party of druids and everyone's a fire elemental.
In which case, fuck the shield.
In which case, fuck the shield. Or a party of wizards and they're all on tensors floating discs.
Yep.
Doing the fucking Battletoad speeder bike level.
Oh, they hit the wall.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, they don't have a lot of hit points.
No.
They can't make a mistake like that.
Well, near to the Battletoads, you hit the wall, they die. That's just one.
Yeah, that sounds about right for the wizards.
Later, Wizzy. Anyway, I just have this in the notes as lava room.
Yep.
Big open cavern. Doesn't matter how you draw it, just as long as it's hundreds of feet across in both directions.
Yeah, just like imply that it doesn't end. If anything, just put a couple of small islands, and as people move, change them.
Yep. And they're not even really islands. It's more like lava that's just a little colder than the rest.
Yeah, it's still gonna give you the hot foot.
You're not. I mean, if the person, you're not at risk from taking damage for being on it. If someone like the aforementioned shield bearer does drop and it's been 3 rounds, maybe that's okay for you to be here.
Yeah, but on the lava itself, I would say if you're not near the shield bearer and you're over the lava, you probably take 4 damage around.
Yeah. In fact, I would say you get to make a reflex save because that's lava.
Well, I'm saying if you're even in the air over it.
Oh yeah, and if you're in the air over it, yeah.
So,
if you're close to the surface, yeah, even that druid starts taking damage.
Yeah, don't make it a lot of damage. Make it a flat amount of damage, somewhere between 1 and 4. Why? Because everyone else has damage resistance 5 fire. So it's got to be able to soak it.
Yep. So you draw a little, sunspots on the lava map. And the occupant on his way through has cast a very particular version of hooks and bubbles. Now, all you 5th edition kiddies might not know what hooks and bubbles are. That's okay.
Pretty sure they kept hooks and bubbles in 5th edition. They just don't concentrate on it.
Yeah, but no one really says what it is. It's, I can't even actually remember the spell it's called in the book.
Summon monster? Or...
No, not even summon monster.
Summon planar ally.
Yeah, planar ally. What happens is that whatever plane you contact, literally someone on that plane, be it, Genie Noble or Gith Yankee General, wherever you contacted, sees either a hooks floating in the air or bubbles floating in the air, or both. The bubble is a question when you contact a planar ally for I need to pray to my deity for something, and an angel answers it. He poked a bubble. The bubble pops, he hears your question, and he tries to answer it best he can. Extra planar customer service. Really the roll of the dice. Yeah.
Of course they wouldn't, get customer service reps on this plane. Yes, Angel, I can hold.
Oh God, every time I contact Asheron, it sounds like they're in a machine shop. What's going on? So, but these people all got hooks. The hooks summon.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and they
getting dragged by your mouth.
They shouldn't have put that tasty dwarf bread on the hook, and I wouldn't have bit. I'd also still have all my teeth.
That's more the dwarf bread than the hook's fault.
Yeah. But, so, there's a lot of orbs of lava hanging in the room. Your players might even mistake them for a natural feature. I hope. That'd be really, really funny. These things will burst after a amount of time. And in fact, if they don't even seem concerned about those bubbles of lava hanging in the air with like strands of lava hanging off of them, some of them touching the pool of lava itself. Not that that makes a difference, but maybe it'll get your players interested in it. If they show no interest in these, roll the dice. Write it down. Why'd you write? Hey, what would you roll for? Oh, nothing.
Nothing. Keep going.
Yep. And yeah, use that as a legit way to track just when these things all burst open. They'll also burst open if players get too close to them. They'll burst open whenever you feel like it. And each of these monsters on the table below, except for the ones that say natives, of course. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries on this list that can appear out of a bubble. There are a lot more bubbles than this, of course, in the room. Like I said, it's huge.
Yeah.
They're all over this place. Who knows how many times this guy cast the spell?
Maybe you just had a sidekick do it for him. Just stay here all day and cast it.
Okay, sir, what do I do when the fire protection spell runs out?
You'll be fine.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Anyway, on this table, here's the first entrance. Really simple. Fire elemental.
Yeah, it's a good basic.
Yeah, just fire elemental.
What size?
I don't care. I don't care. This is an excuse to use a really big one.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Just open that book. Use whichever one you feel like. So therefore, if you use this, like the CR17 one, that's your fault. I'm not discouraging it though. If you're ever gonna see that size of fire elemental, that's it in this room right now.
Yeah. It's also the teaching your players what this thing actually does thing. So even if you just use a cloud of fine fire elementals,
ooh,
that actually might be worse now.
Ooh, no, I like that. I want. Okay, that's gonna go in somewhere.
All right, we'll save it for later.
We're gonna save that one. A cloud of fire elementals
That are
hold your breath.
fine.
They're fine.
Just they're okay.
I got them on loan from WWE. They were doing Goldberg's entrance.
I thought those would have been light elementals.
Oh, maybe.
Really, really tiny archons.
What else is in the fire dungeon? I have some summoned constructs on loan from the Djinn Prince.
Ooh, those sound fun.
Oh yeah. The occupant, of course, had to make a lot of deals to get where he is today.
Well, yeah. As you do.
And a lot of those deals, of course, were setting up favors for later. He's done a lot of evil favors for a lot of evil people. Jim Prince, of course, is one of those people.
He's worked his way up from the bottom, from the ground level.
Yeah. A lot of honest, dishonest work.
Hoisting from his own bootstraps.
Yanked himself up by his petard. What? I don't think I got that right. Anyway,
Don't worry, nobody gets it right.
he found these, he didn't find them. He requested these brass men. They're nice and fiery. They spew lava.
Oh, sounds great. Sounds delightful.
You ever want to play a dangerous super soaker game? This is it.
How does that work with the fire shield?
Probably well.
Well, no, I meant if I can walk on lava and they're throwing lava at me,
Oh,
I walk
okay.
with my feet.
Well. Okay, so there's a monk in your party, right? And he's like, I'm blocking with my feet because I can walk on lava. Let
it.
I like that idea so much. Just let him.
He can even use it to like kung fu bullshit up into the air if he wants.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just swing my feet and I splash on the lava and then I go and kick them all in the head. Sure.
Some fucking earth bending right there.
Yeah. And then laugh when the fighter gets it wrong because he's not a monk. But no, this is great. Once every D4 rounds and no more than 5 times a day, a brass man can spit a stream of molten brass in a 30-foot line. Damage 6d6 fire reflex half.
I would say if you want to let one of them take a full round action just sucking up lava to replenish a charge,
Oh, yeah,
that
sure.
might be fair.
Yeah.
Like, usually they're not right next to a pool of lava.
Yeah, usually.
But if they have the action to spare, and I mean it is a big ask, but if the players are leaving them alone after they've shot lava at them, it's fair to say they can refill their canister. Sounds reasonable to me. It's a good mod. Most parties are never going to see it.
Most parties never going to see it. Yeah,
They're just going to murder them.
There are 5 of these things. There's a lot of them, so one of them could, sure, yeah, stick its head in the thing, and you're like, what's it doing?
That's assuming that it lasts 20 rounds to need to do that, though.
Yeah.
Unless they're shelling the players from afar, and the players just don't engage.
Yeah, like, I could definitely see some parties using spells to poke the bubbles from the entrance. Yeah, and then, there's those, there's those brass men. Now they're just arcing it up into the sky. And I know this says 30-foot line, but I'm ignoring that.
Yeah, consider that a range increment.
Sure. It's a range increment.
I mean, we don't usually use range increments, but...
Nah, but you know what? I see every rule in D&D as a good excuse.
Yeah.
If I need range increments, I'm going to use range increments.
And 30 foot is beyond what a normal throw is, but less than a bow.
Yeah.
Which sounds about right. They're hurling it.
Yep. And most of the time they're going to miss, just so you can see them. You see them doing it in the distance. They're just missing you with their, brass shots, and then every once in a while they stick their head under like a bird.
Like it even more.
Oh.
Now there is a chance you'll actually see that happen.
Yeah.
And because there's 5 of them, it's one every round.
Yep.
Because then one refills.
Oh. And they're just very organized because they're little automaton fire soldiers.
Yeah, they're brass men.
Oh, I love it. So good. All right.
Good choice at 5.
Yes, thank you, CR calculator, for helping me choose 5.
We meant to do it.
Absolutely, it was on purpose. Here we have the next choice: visiting dignitaries. These are salamander nobles.
Ooh, salamanders.
Yep. These are humanoid salamanders. They aren't just 4-legged animals, but they are red-skinned and snake-like.
Oh, fun.
Yep. Not a lot to say here. This is probably one of the more mundane favors that the occupant has done, because it's a political thing, obviously. So this is a good place to plant an adventure hook, if you want. If you just want to use just the fire dungeon in your home brew, and then you want them to go somewhere later, having political allies drop little notes to each other, or you take the Ifriti King's seal off of this one guy, and now you can get to the plane of fire and demand a favor of the Ifriti King. There's a lot of possibility there.
Yeah, tuck a little extra flavor in, because, I mean, if you're not here for the entire ride and going to level 20 with us, then, I mean, it's going to be in and out anyway.
Right.
If you are riding to level 20, well, then just make that a post-level 20 epic level thing, because going to the City of Brass sounds like a great epic level game.
Ooh, yeah. You just reached epic level. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go to the City of Brass, and... No, I'm going to Sigil. Fuck that.
I'm going... I mean, once I'm in Sigil, I can go anywhere.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Sigil, not City of Brass. City of Brass has everything.
Yeah, I can get any color in mana. Any color.
So I like the idea that there are some natives kicking around in this tunnel.
Yeah.
They got to be like the kind of thing that lives in lava though, right?
Almost by definition. Yeah.
Like so they gotta, and I want them to like, do the whole Mario thing and pop up out of the lava and fucking spook the fuck out of you.
Just as you cast jump on yourself to jump to the next sunspot. Here comes this guy.
So there are fire snakes.
Woo!
I mean, they don't have a huge CR. They're a CR 8. That's not bad. Have a school of them. Well,
yep.
I guess it's not a school. What is a group of snakes? A band? Nah. Hey.
The entry for lava weirds that we've linked just says pack. That's kind of boring.
Okay, a pack.
It's a pack of lava weirds.
It's a flow of lava weirds.
It's a flow. Oh yeah, there you go.
There it is.
So flow of weirds.
It's a good flow of lava weirds, and they just pop up and spook you. Yep. They are indistinguishable from the lava in any other case, right?
Yeah, if they're in the lava and you're not a fire elemental, tough.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time, I believe.
Yeah, you're gonna need some crazy skill or magic reason to get these things out of to pick these things out in their native environment.
Now, funny enough, you can, because these aren't coming out of any of the bubbles, right? These are just around.
Yeah, these guys are just there.
So asking questions could even call them closer to you, because a weird is a thing of divination.
It is.
So
it is.
Any kind of scrying magic or any questioning or thoughts.
Yeah, if you cast augury.
Yeah,
in this room, yeah.
Gonna bring them right over.
Yep, absolutely, 100%. So yeah, the more your players spend dithering. I don't know if I want to go. The tube doesn't look like the tube looks safe. I don't go back in the tubes. I don't know. I want to cast the lava room. It looks scary. Here comes the snake.
Yeah, and throw entire flows at them liberally.
Oh yeah.
If they continue to dither, well, here comes another group. Just you don't even have to establish how many flows are in the water, because they're indistinguishable.
Yep.
You can literally just spawn one when you're getting pissed.
Have we killed all the snakes? I don't know. Have you? There's no snake. You ever seen Dune?
And then, of course, if you roll them, you roll them.
Yeah. What happens here? Oh, more weirds.
That's actually not weird.
Yeah, these weirds are getting much less weird.
They're getting tame. Tame weirds. Gonna start me a weird farm?
I'm gonna start me this weird farm that gets exponentially more weirds because they're tied to this pool of lava.
They're all confused and tied to a pool of lava.
Yep.
And more weirds, and more weirds, and more weirds. Hey, get some water weirds? Just do it like Slime Rancher. Have different habitats for different weirds.
Ugh.
Alright, I'm ready for my Pokemon D&D game now.
Yeah?
Everyone just takes summon spells.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be another one where we were the Pokemon.
Oh no, that's a different D&D game, and I'll save that for later.
Okay. Speaking of later, next on this list I wrote Genie Sabermasters.
They good at stabbing?
Oh, they're good at stabbing. I mean, they're all right at stabbing. I made up the word Saber Masters because I needed a way to differentiate these things just from regular genies.
Fair.
But to be fair, they are good at stabbing. They have melee, masterwork falchions.
Ooh.
And the attacks are plus 21, plus 16, and plus 11.
Oh, that's a lot.
2d6 plus 12, 18 to 20 plus 1d8 fire. These are CR10s, and there's 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, that'll do a juicy amount of damage there.
Yeah, these guys are pretty bad. And they got all sorts of extra heat damage and stuff.
So, is it possible to get wishes off of them?
No.
All right.
No, I'm not dealing with wishes. No, don't pollute your game with wishes, guys. I am not gonna drop 6 wishes into this soup here.
Well, no, I meant like if you got them low enough, would they be begging for their life? And no, they wouldn't beg for them.
No.
They're fucking proud of free.
Yep, they're proud, lawful Saber Masters, and they would not dishonor the deal that their master made with the occupant.
There you go. Boom.
They won't do wishes. Now, unless you want to wish in your game, I don't recommend that. I don't suggest that.
Yeah, I highly unrecommend.
I have been thinking about that. How do I put a wish in my game for years? Literal years. I still didn't figure it out. I don't know what I would do in my game or what level would be appropriate for them to just, hey guys, here's a wish. Maybe if I'm bored. Maybe if I just I don't have an idea for the next campaign. Maybe I'll just do that. But yeah, it's hard. I don't recommend it. But
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
these guys got 6 wishes total on them. Use them if you see fit.
You know, I do remember a time when I used wishes in a game, and it didn't turn out that bad, actually.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't remember the exact circumstances. That's the funny thing, but I do remember how it all panned out.
Yeah.
Because it was there was a genie with 1 wish left before he could leave, and people would murked him, right? And this was a fellow that you and I both know.
Yep.
Who made a labyrinthine lawyer-esque wish for a magic item. And then the djinn, or the Freedy, turned to him and said, "Oh, yeah, I can do that. Here, take my sword." And he paused. He's like, this is super specific.
This is really specific. Why did you answer that so easily?
And then he took the sword, and the sword had ego. It fucked him sideways, and it was funny.
Oh, man.
So, sometimes, if you've got a player that makes wishing hard, sometimes that makes wishes very easy.
Oh, Oberon, I just gotta say, I remember that now from way back in the day. I wasn't in that game, but I do remember the war story about it. And just boiling it down like that, having that player realize what they've got, treat it seriously, plan out everything to get exactly what they wanted. And not only did you give them what they wanted, but you also fucked them sideways without even trying. It's got to be the moment that most DMs live for.
The secret is yes. And.
The secret is yes.
So,
why was that so easy? Damn it.
And the easier and the quicker it comes, the more horrifying it is for the person that's just done everything they can to make it unfuck them.
Here you go. Can't say I didn't do what you asked.
Bye. Bye, nerds. I'm going home.
Bye, nerds.
That was the freak. So sometimes wishes work out. Sometimes wishes are just a point of strength.
Point of strength. Yep, these guys can give you 5 points of strength and 1 point of something else. That's what they can do.
1 point of suck it.
Yeah. 1 point of go fuck yourself.
1 point of lava enema.
Oh. It's pointy. Wow. Didn't know lava could be pointing. This is turning out bad in so many ways.
Yeah, just wait till later. Moving on.
Moving on, the last entry on the table is Rusalka. Now, traditionally, a Rusalka is a spirit created by drowning a kid.
Oh, yeah.
But I've seen some art, particularly on Magic cards, because we've all played that game. You know what that game does. It just takes an idea and cycles it through, right?
Yeah.
So there could be a fire Rusalka.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. On the link we
see it on Avalon.
Avalon?
Not Avalon. You could see it on Avacyn.
Avacyn. Oh, yeah, no, but I was actually specifically thinking of a creature with the name Rusalka in it from Ravnica.
Oh, hey, yeah, Ravnica's the other place you could see it.
Yep. Too nerdy? I don't know.
Nah, they just had a release people are talking about.
Oh, man, such a good release. The cards are so pretty. A
lot of YouTubers have done paid sponsorships for Magic that I never would have seen coming.
It's crazy, right?
It's wacky. Like,
man, I wish we had more viewers. Wizards send me that sweet Magic money. I'll stop complaining for you.
The Game Grumps played it in a pool.
Played
Magic the Gathering against each other in a pool. It was funny.
Amazing. Sick. I would totally do that.
Highly recommend.
But yeah, this Rusalka. Read the entry, and then just anything that sounds like water, it's fire instead. Aquatic becomes fire. Fog cloud is ash cloud. Water walk is lava walk, etc.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Wait a second. Isn't the Rusalka a fae?
Technically, yes.
So the fuck did he do then to get that? Whose dick did he suck?
This is a fire creature, so summer fairies.
Summer fairies. All right. So we're talking what, Titania instead of Mab?
Sure.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I'd suck Titania's dick.
Yeah. King Victoria. Yeah. So little details like that, like this happens to be a fairy. If the occupant was able to cast hooks and bubbles into the hyper-lawful realm of the Fae and get a Rusalka, and he's not either trapped there and dead, or has his soul bound into a gem, or all three.
Yeah.
Means kind of a lot, right?
Yeah, it means either he's too powerful to be on their hit list, or he's got some lawful dealings. They have some legitimate debt to discharge.
Yeah. What did the Queen of the Fae need done that only the occupant could do? That's another adventure hook.
What the did she ask for?
Yeah.
That only the occupant could do.
Just some human on a mountain?
Just some guy?
Some guy?
Well, he's a guy that doesn't have a lot of ties with other guys.
Nope. Obviously all these people, though.
Yeah, but they're not humans. And
true.
That's an important distinction to fairy.
Yes, that is. That is.
Oh, if I get involved with him, I don't have to deal with other them. That could be attractive. But
yep.
On the other hand,
he could be a go-through.
Yeah.
Oh, he could be, he could be this nexus of otherworldly transactions.
So,
if Jubilex and Titania have some business together, they can't be seen in the same plane.
They both talk to him.
They call the occupant.
They both send their lieutenants to his party room there.
Yep. Yeah, what was that vampire? That wasn't a vampire. That was a demon, right?
Yeah, it was a demon at that time.
Yeah.
Man, it feels like to me that the occupant might actually have a ridiculous amount of charisma.
He might.
It's just...
Maybe he's a cleric. I hadn't really rolled him up yet. I don't know what he is.
He could be a necromancer. He could be a cleric of an evil god. He could be just be a bard.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe he's
Who knows?
a bard.
Maybe this rogue had this crazy plan outlined like since the day he knew what words were, and he's been working on it his whole life. He's like, wait, check this out. Bang, here we go.
People don't even know that he's like sneaking palming magic items in his hands to cast all his spells and shit.
Yeah. And he's just the world's best rogue.
No, I've met that guy. This seems like someone else entirely.
Yeah, this guy's got more hair. That guy's totally listening to this. He's totally listening.
I'm sure he doesn't miss an episode.
Yep. So anyway, hopefully your players take the short route through this giant room, because there is an obvious exit on the other side. You just gotta pass through all the lava monsters to get there.
Yeah, and there's an obvious like set of dots, because that's the first place that or set of bubbles, because that's the first place that the occupant is gonna just be like, you know what? If someone comes straight through here, I need to hit them with a wad.
Yep. Yeah. I guess all the bubbles are clustered around the exit, so they have to go through some of them.
Yeah. Like, no.
Yeah.
And then spread more around the room, and there you go.
It's thinner as it gets farther out. They can, like, test it and not get stung too bad, plan a thing out, and then you can fuck with that. That's great.
Then eventually just throw an actual bubble of lava at them. They pop it, and it's just a lot of lava.
It's just lava!
Just gushing, unstopping lava.
Fireball? Fireball.
What's that bubble? Yeah, it's a fire.
It's a fireball.
Delayed blast fireball. What?
He's got those too.
I mean,
he had a necklace of fireballs. He's just using it.
Using it in very particular and specific ways. Still got a few left.
Yep. Special occasion. Anyway, they get to the tunnel on the other side, and in my mind, I picture an actual rock to land on. Big old rock. About the size of the umbrella that they're holding, really. And because it's a big old tunnel, and the lava kind of goes that way too. It seems to come, like I said, up from this room and out through the tunnels, both tunnels.
Yep. So they hit the rock, and
yep. And they may try to sleep here, but in fact, even let them do it. Maybe that's funnier when when it breaks off and they're all asleep. This thing's gonna go, sailing down this lava tube with the party on its back, and we're gonna have a good old elevator fight.
Yep. So obviously the thing that is part of the elevator fight can't be initially on the elevator if they want to feel safe enough to sleep.
Right.
Which means on its way down, it crashes into the side of the wall, shaves off like 5 feet in one chunk.
Sure.
And off the side of the wall, something drops onto it.
Yep.
With a loud, echoing clang.
Definitely a clang, by the way this thing reads.
So, what I've found, and you might want to stop me with it, but I like the...
Stop me if you've heard it.
Stop me if you've heard about Obsidian Minotaur.
Ooh.
So, it's a CR9. It's got 96 hit points.
Yeah.
And it's an adamantine construct.
Ooh.
It does say it's immune to magic. I would say instead, add 50 hit points, remove immune from magic. And we're modifying it a little bit more from there.
Yes, we're modifying, we're reskinning this thing quite heavily.
So it's this big magma harvester. It's an enchanted like armor suit almost, except that there's nothing inside of it right now. It's acting.
Yeah, it's
on
that
its own.
exoskeleton from Aliens minus Ridley.
But plus maybe some of them gremlins just tinkering around on the side of it, making it go fucking haywire.
Bots is good. Yeah, bots is good.
Yeah, so maybe you jitter it left and right and make sparks fly out of it. Some things.
Yep.
Don't worry about that.
The arms keep moving like pistons for no reason.
The important thing is that it's got one massive drill arm.
Ooh. Drill arm.
And like roll from Mega Man, a vacuum cleaner. Wait, no. A suction hose.
Suction hose.
We're gonna juice it up, call it a suction hose instead of a vacuum cleaner. But the suction hose.
It's Dust Man.
The suction hose is there for hoovering up lava, which goes on the back right tank.
Let's check our notes. Yes, right.
The back left tank is filled with coolant so that this thing doesn't just up and explode.
Right. That's not to say that you can't make it.
Yeah, if you end up destroying both tanks, it's just gonna explode. If you destroy one of the tanks, there's gonna be an explosion and damage for anything close to it.
Yep.
The hose itself is a slam attack. The drill is a piercing attack.
Yeah.
We've statted those out below.
What's really funny is that the attacks that we came up with are almost identical to the Genie Saber Masters from the Lava Room.
That's great.
Those are supposed to be CR10s. I think we've been playing this game enough.
Yeah. That seems about right.
Yeah. The thing is, they're better at. They have a better 2-hit.
Yeah, but we've got a lot of extra circumstantial damage.
Yeah.
And the big thing about this is, other than the two vents that are on other than the two collectors that are on like either shoulder and down the back, in the middle of the back, it's got a massive steam vent.
Oh yeah.
Well, what that means is you're going to want to increase its movement speed a bit, just because it can use that to thrust.
Neat.
So give it 10 feet extra movement speed.
Or if it does that, you can say it's always charging, but it gets its full attack.
Yeah, another good option.
I like that.
And it gives it a blur for anyone facing it in the front or sides. And if you're directly behind it, it's not blurred, but you did just get a face full of steam. So you're taking D6 of damage.
Yep. No 2-hit, no save. Just don't stand behind the robot, okay? And don't take a D6 of damage.
Check on its turn if anyone's there before it moves.
Yep.
Just
start of the turn, it deals a D6 directly behind it. Farts on the player.
Yep. And you can make that like a 10-foot line behind it.
Yep. And the mischance is based on the steam itself. So if your players have some, like he's blind anyway, so it wouldn't matter, that's fine.
Yeah. But Dispel Magic, funny enough, doesn't do shit.
Yeah, because it really is just steam.
It really is just an aggressive amount of steam.
Aggressive. You're sweating. Your armor feels like it's a size too small.
Yeah. Everything's a little pinchy.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a rash.
It's rough. So, if you destroy the magma, take fire damage.
Yep.
If you destroy the coolant, take ice damage.
Yep.
If both are still operational, then its attacks get an extra D6 fire damage.
Yeah.
Just in general. It's got a slam, it's got a drill. The drill has a nice big crit range because it's all about finding that weak point and driving it in.
Yeah, I'm even thinking we have 18 to 20 times 2. I'm like, oh, it's a drill. Maybe it should be like times 4, like scythe.
Ooh, instead of 18 to 20, or is it a keen drill? So it's 19 to 20 times 4.
19 to 20 times 4. You think that's? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, times 4. It's a drill. It could hit you, or it could really fucking hit you.
Yeah.
And that's when you roll the 1 on your D12.
And that's when you roll the 1 on your D12.
Don't crit the fire damage. The fire damage is just fire damage.
Yeah. Beyond that, he's big, he's beefy. With these mods, he's got like 140 hit points. But you can hit him with spells, just because I think this thing needs to be hit with spells. However, that drill is fucking adamantine.
Yeah, so that gets around a lot of damage reduction. It ignores hardness on most items. It could just blow right through the table your barbarians managed to bring with him this whole time.
Yeah, you can feel free to thrash some weapons, armor, and equipment with it.
Yeah.
Especially if it crits.
Yep. Oh man, why did I give him those beans? Hey, isn't that in the bag? Oh, the drill hit the bag. The beans are in the lava. Sorry. No giant for you.
Yeah, it's this thing should make them scared, not because of the damage they could potentially take, but because of the impact it will reap on all of their shit.
But my gold.
And it also checks to see if any of them were, I don't know, savvy enough to bring along a mending spell.
Yeah.
Because it is regular damage, but it's regular damage that doesn't give a shit about magic preventing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So-
just yeah.
Oh, this is a +3 shield. It doesn't care.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. There are, of course, this would probably make you have to open up the DMG and look about item saving throw and hardness and their hit points and stuff. But you can go ahead and treat this drill as magical if you need to, because it is the finest of dwarven craftsmanship.
Yeah, this thing is beastly and refined. It's been taking shots at rocks for an age and a half and hasn't become dull.
Right. Yep. As sharp as the day it was forged. In fact, if anyone asks, yeah, it's got these little symbols all over it of, the Coors can that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, just
Three
Like-
little mountains that are silver.
even the very tip where it's got the finer spinning thing, they look kind of like the Three Little Mountains.
Oh, so it's got like 3 little tips on the end?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, to bore properly.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep, 100%. That's like, yeah. Now, I keep thinking of the drill in Total Recall. Alright.
Oh.
Any of the drills, actually.
Here I went to a labyrinth place, but it's held by a large construct.
Yep. Or the ones in Bioshock.
Yeah, Big Daddies.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's very much Big Daddy.
This is not... no, it is. Okay, it is.
It's very Big Daddies don't know how to vacuum for shit, though.
Oh, that's true. They don't suck.
I mean, they do kind of suck when you're fighting one. Let's be honest, that hurts.
Oh, yeah. Well, the shotgun was sufficient, I found.
Fair point. I mean, if you could put out enough damage right into their...
Yeah,
entirety.
it was a long time ago, but I remember playing that. I was like, had a rhythm like rocket, shotgun or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Just see them in the distance, rescue the little sister, get the good ending.
Hey!
Hey!
So you weren't harvesting your little sisters properly?
I was not. I really, yeah.
I don't know what to think about this.
Give me another chance.
I'm just saying there's a lot of missed potential there.
Yeah, well. That's okay. The second game fixed it?
The third game fixed everything.
The third game fixed it.
No, the third game didn't fix anything, but it was an amazing game that
Yep.
had nothing to do with the first two.
So the other fight on this elevator fight, you can have these happen in either order. It doesn't matter. This is it's called the Red Rider.
Ooh.
Yeah. You already know what this looks like in your head. It's a big damn fiery horse and a terrible nightmarish rider with a big red cape.
Ha!
He doesn't. He can gallop anywhere. He doesn't mind that the floor is lava.
He's just like, fuck you, lava!
Fuck you, lava. He comes galloping down the lava tube towards the party, and he's murderous, and he's gonna kill them all on the at the behest of the occupant.
That's all. He's a big nasty dude.
He is a big nasty dude. He's also a fae, probably the same deal that got him the other fairies.
Yep. So summer, we're still talking summer.
Yeah. Big old armor class, big pool of hit points, flaming scimitar. He can turn into fire.
Wow. This boy's legit.
Yeah, he is all kinds of fire. So if your party's ready for fire, they're ready for him.
The most
if not,
murderous of red caps.
Yeah. If not, they're probably already dead.
Yeah, I don't see him making it past the flame weirds
Yeah.
and grass men. Well, we know that
Confusingly, this guy has Ice Storm. I don't get it.
just in case there's something that's immune to fire.
I guess.
I mean, wouldn't you spec into one ice spell just in case? Like,
What is this, Diablo? Diablo
know,
2?
I mean, it's just effective is all I'm gonna say. Either that or you spec into a force spell. Nothing's immune to a force spell.
The Force Dragons.
Except force. Well, they're not immune to fire spells. There you go.
Fireball. Everything's all fireball.
Lightning bolt.
Give it enough fireball.
Animate dead. Wait, no. Sorry.
Yeah. I would do that. Yeah, fireball, animate dead.
Yeah.
Eventually, if I find something that's immune to fire, I'll have all these undead. So, they're in my portable hole. So,
Oh.
last, but certainly not least, the profaned forge of Mount Palladia.
This sounds like a tinker boss.
Yeah, it pretty much is. The link we've provided is links to Fire Elemental Construct, which is literally fire elementals glued together. In my head, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, how do I attach fire to more fire? How do you tell?
With fire tape.
Fire tape. I should have known. Fire tape. I gotta get that double-sided fire tape so I can glue one side of the fire to the other fire.
Maybe just some resin. Get some really sticky resin.
Really sticky. They're just stuck together. How come I can't get this fire apart?
And then it gets all over your hands, and then just wasted it.
Yep. My hand's stuck to the fire. I can't get it off.
Oh god! Oh god! Calcifer is eating me.
Okay. So instead of that, have the joints, like the shoulders, the elbows, like the legs of this thing, be made of the forge itself. So what you have is cubes of bricks and mortar being held to by columns of fire. And the chest of it is even the anvil.
Huh.
One of the anvils. Probably like the main anvil, the most enchanted anvil.
Yeah,
this one's silvery, like the name of the mountain. Like palladium. Rare earth metal for you science nerds out there.
I love me some shiny rare earth metals. Let's crush it and take it.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's a whole anvil.
Someone could carry it.
Yeah, hey, maybe when the barbarian's done with that table.
I think he's pretty done with it now that we've driven a drill through it.
Oh, yeah. I still got the legs. Yeah, okay.
Alright, drum him.
So, on the way through, the occupant moved into the back of the forge, and then he came out the mouth of the forge, like throwing the axes and swords that these dwarves were forging, like into the forge itself, and then he animated it as a construct, as per usual, kill anyone behind me. He's moved into the next dungeon, but you can't find out what he's done to the dwarves in there just yet. You gotta face the forge itself.
Forgy McHatespite.
Yep. Smacky McForgeface. It's a huge construct. Literally, it's huge.
Oh, good, huge.
It's got, again, a mountain of hit points, lots of armor, damage reduction, all kinds of stuff. And if they defeat the forge here, it's still a forge, provided they haven't completely destroyed it. Like, if they just do damage to it and it dies, they can use it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going around busting parts off of it and shit, well, then maybe they need to have some clever compensation for the parts that they broke. But
yeah.
There's not a lot that you can do to an anvil.
No, there's not.
Like, you can try, and it might make it a little harder to use if you're, like, I don't know, taking a chunk out of it, but you're only ever going to take certain chunks. And the worst you can do is make it a little less flat.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then this is even a former holy relic that the occupant had profaned to do this. So it's a heavy-duty magic item as well.
Yeah. They can't take it with them, but
no.
I mean, if anyone has any...
I want to be around for that session. We tie a rope to it and pull. Okay, make a strength check. I'm sorry, it's not a billion. You fail.
No. Tensor's floating disc. No.
How'd they get in there in the first place? I don't know, they're dwarves. You ask them.
It's easy. A series of pulleys and a system of tubes that have been collapsed since.
Yeah. Engineering. Anyone have engineering? I'm a bard. Fuck you, I don't want you to take the anvil.
Oh, cool, you're a bard. That means you can see where they brought it in and how it doesn't work after it's been brought in because it was never been meant to move.
Yep, you know exactly why it doesn't work. Oh man, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this thing's CMD, and it's a 59.
Whoa! Like you're not getting up to any chicanery with this.
I try to grapple it. No, you don't.
It's a hard pass.
Take heat damage.
Woo!
All right. Well, hopefully by this time, they're 12th level, so they should be able to handle this.
Yeah. I mean, especially with. I mean, I know it's only 5 protection fire, but
yep, that's a lot of healing.
If they clump up and this takes too many rounds, that's
their fault. This is a CR 13 monster, so your choice. You can either level up the party before this fight or after this fight.
Yeah.
I would do after. You gotta make them feel like they earned it.
I would do before, just to intimidate them with it.
You guys are gonna need this.
Gonna need this. Pick carefully.
Pick what carefully?
You gain a level.
Go find out.
Don't die.
Don't die.
You gain a level, don't die.
In this dungeon, last and certainly least is the ads. They're just fire. They're cheaps, lava cheaps. Springing up in your face.
That's everywhere except for the final forge, I'm assuming?
Yeah, everywhere except the forge. Or even maybe the forge if you want to like throw them down there too. There's enough room to stand on, so maybe not. Maybe they try to hit you. It depends on how annoyed they are at the fish. You only have to really remember add 5 to your roll. If it hits, they do a d4 plus 1 fire damage, and do it against their touch AC.
Yeah.
It'll probably be nullified by the shield itself. It's not a lot of damage, and most it just interrupts what they're doing or annoys them.
Yeah, and for the people not standing in the shield radius, which is restrictively small.
Oh yeah.
Well, then you get a little bit of progress. The idea is to just slowly chew them down.
They're only CR1. Maybe they got a big crazy plan and they deal with the fish.
Yeah, if they nuke the fucking fish, they nuke the fucking fish. It's not like they're the water weirds. They're the fire weirds, lava weirds, whatever they are.
Yeah, they're not the lava weirds, yeah.
Maybe the lava weirds start eating the fish.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, man, see, that's why you're all druids. I talk to the lava weirds and get them to eat the fish.
The lava weirds comply because fish are delicious.
You know what? This human has a nice point.
Why have we never tried this fresh filleted fish?
Right here.
It's already piping hot.
Just the way I like it. So on the other side of this forge, we have yet to discover the fate of the dwarves that ran it. So with the forge destroyed and a supposedly stable shelf of rock to sleep on, this might be a good place to end it for the week.
The wind howled at the washboard, sleeping underneath the moon. Our plan was hatched in a briar patch where lovers shook and swoon. Their lips stained with violet, their tongues tied into knots. To the loamy beds, their secrets bed, we found ourselves soon caught.
I'm dead!
I'm dead!
Oh no!
Oh no.
Well, if you hear what I'm hearing,
Huh?
you know what it means.
I'm dead, I can't hear anything.
Well, me too. We're hearing the celestial after music that says, next time on Oberon and Neptune, beat up the planet. Something else.
Yeah.